highlights from the premiere of the Olivetti art film, Cure. The Nissei Theatre, situated in the business center of Tokyo, is renowned for its unique, dramatic presentations. Cure, the much-discussed art film under production for the past 18 months, is being shown here. This motion picture has been produced in the framework of the Olivetti Art Series, an international film library succeeding the company's former Selle Art collection. Kyo, meaning Kyoto, is the first film in the new series, directed by Mr. Kon Ichikawa, the ingenious film artist noted for his earlier impressive documentary, Tokyo Olympia. Over 1,000 specially invited guests from high society and cultural fields in Tokyo will attend the premiere. The British ambassador to Japan, the Swedish ambassador with his wife, the Italian ambassador, Mr. Ponzio, nephew of famous Italian architect Mr. Gio Ponti. The guests are filling the entrance hall. Mr. Yusaku Kamekura, one of Japan's leading graphic designers. Mr. Kenzo Tange, world-famous architect from Japan. These two gentlemen took part in the production of Cure as advisors. Miss Kyoko Kagawa, a noted Japanese actress. Professor Vicentini, president of Olivetti, Italy, looks curiously at the Japanese characters on the bouquets. He is visiting Japan for the first time to attend this big event. Film director Kon Ichikawa. Mr. Shuntaru Tanegawa, who wrote the scenario. Mr. Sori Yanagi, a leading industrial designer. Miss Setsu Asakura, a painter. These people are all close friends of Olivetti, Japan. Their Imperial Highnesses, Prince and Princess Takematsu, the main guests today, are received by Professor Vicentini. Prince Takematsu, a younger brother of the Emperor, has a vast knowledge of the cultural history of the world. His Imperial Highness is also the president of the Italian Association of Japan, which contributes to the cultural interchange between the two countries. Their Imperial Highnesses enjoy a few minutes of informal chatter in the lobby while waiting for the premiere to begin. Mr. Giardino, Italian ambassador to Japan. Mr. Hidemi Kon, Director of the Cultural Affairs Agency of the Ministry of Education. Their Imperial Highnesses, Prince and Princess Takamatsu, take their seats amid applause. Mr. Etsusaburo Shina, the former Foreign Minister. Professor Vicentini thanks the guests for attending and explains the plot of the picture. Italian Ambassador Giardino delivers a message stating, "This picture, produced by the beauty-loving Olivetti company, is not only its goodwill gift to Japan, but also signifies how much we Italians adore Japan and Japanese culture." Mr. Kon, the Culture Agency Director, acknowledges Olivetti for making this picture, adding, "The Japanese sensitivity toward beauty has become known worldwide through Mr. Yasunari Kawabata's winning of the Nobel Prize for Literature for 1968. Cure is now shown. After seeing this 35-minute documentary, Their Imperial Highnesses leave. Professor Tange and Mr. Kamekuda. Olivetti can be proud of having brought two of the world's greatest artists together through this film. the premiere in Tokyo is successfully concluded. Now we come to Kyoto, the setting of this picture and the focal point of ancient Japanese culture. This modern building is the Kyoto Hall, where the second showing will take place. It represents a face of the city of Kyoto where old and new exist together. Kyoto is a sister city of Florence, and in order to strengthen their mutual ties, the city of Kyoto and the Kyoto-Florence Committee have jointly held this showing. The mayor of Florence joins about 900 invited guests from high society and the art world in Western Japan. Director Ichikawa is here again. Mr. Takayama, ex-mayor of Kyoto. Dr. Luciano Barsi, mayor of Florence, came from Italy to attend this event. Associated with this picture are introduced to the audience and applauded. Mr. Kiyoshi Tomi, Mayor of Kyoto. Mr. Luciano Barsi, Mayor of Florence. Ambassador Giardino. Bruno Vicentini. Professor Nogami, Chairman of the Kyoto-Florence Committee. Director Ichikawa, Mayor Tomi, delivers an address, pointing out, Kyo will give us an incentive to revalue the culture which our ancestors created. I must thank Professor Vicentini, the Italian government, and those who have taken part in the production of this picture. Mayor Barsi of Florence says, Kyoto and Florence have pledged eternal friendship and collaboration in all fields. Kyo will strengthen our ties even more. Ambassador Giardino, after congratulating the friendship and development of Kyoto and Florence, ends his address with, Long live Japan, long live Italy, which arouses thunderous applause from the audience. Professor Vicentini then makes a speech. He states that the Olivetti company is doing business in close cooperation with its family companies all over the world. He explains the purpose and history of Olivetti's art documentary productions and reveals his belief that big companies have the duty to serve the people by contributing to the country's culture and civilization. We have chosen Kyoto as the first subject of our international series since it has the highest level of Japanese culture, which is so pure and high that the world is called upon for reflection. After the introduction and speeches, they leave the stage and join the guests to enjoy the showing. Love of beautiful things. This spirit has been handed down from Camillo Olivetti, founder of the company. It has been the company's tradition throughout the times and is still alive in the fundament of all its activities. Olivetti has created a great sensation in Tokyo and Kyoto with its film and succeeded in implanting its corporate image as a world enterprise deep in the heart of the Japanese people.